Timothée Chalamet is no longer just a Hollywood star casually linked to Kylie Jenner through rumors and fleeting headlines. This time, the signal is far stronger and impossible to ignore. A single detail, subtle yet loaded with meaning, has set social media and entertainment news on fire, raising one unavoidable question: has Kylie Jenner officially taken her relationship with Timothée Chalamet to the most serious level yet? Stay with this story until the very end, because there is one crucial moment that has convinced many observers that this relationship is no longer just speculation. And don't forget to share your thoughts. Do you believe this is the clearest sign of long-term commitment so far? In recent weeks, the Kardashian-Jenner family once again held one of their closely watched annual traditions. These traditions are never just about celebration. They function as symbols of trust, acceptance, and inner circle status within one of the most influential families in global pop culture. This year, however, one unexpected name appeared alongside the familiar ones: Timothée Chalamet. For followers of celebrity culture, being included in a Jenner family tradition is not a casual detail. These moments are typically reserved for immediate family members and partners who are considered truly serious. When fans realized that Timothée Chalamet had been included, speculation exploded almost instantly. Many viewed it as the most concrete indication yet that Kylie Jenner sees this relationship as something far deeper than a passing romance. The relationship between Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet has fascinated the public since it first surfaced. A global beauty mogul and reality TV icon paired with an Oscar-nominated actor from the arthouse film world, it was unexpected, unconventional, and instantly compelling. Every public sighting, every subtle interaction, and every rare appearance together has been dissected in detail by fans and media alike. What makes this relationship even more intriguing is how deliberately private it has been. Kylie and Timothée have consistently avoided oversharing. There are no lengthy interviews confirming their status, no carefully curated couple posts flooding social media. Instead, their story has unfolded quietly, through small but meaningful signals. And because of that, each sign carries far more weight. Timothée Chalamet's inclusion in a Jenner family tradition is being interpreted as a silent confirmation. A message delivered without words, suggesting that he is not just a temporary presence in Kylie's life. Within a family known for being selective and protective of their inner circle, this kind of acceptance is often viewed as a powerful indicator of long-term commitment. Sources close to the situation suggest that Kylie Jenner feels grounded and secure in this relationship. She is said to see Timothée as someone fundamentally different from her past partners, more introspective, more private, and less driven by public attention. This dynamic is believed to be a major reason why Kylie has felt comfortable slowly integrating him into her family world. Yet amid the excitement, one question continues to fuel curiosity. Why does this moment feel more significant than red carpet appearances or award show sightings? The answer lies in symbolism. Public events are fleeting and often performative. Family traditions, on the other hand, are deeply personal. They represent trust, continuity, and emotional investment. At this point in the story, the tension only grows. Celebrity watchers have begun comparing this relationship to Kylie's previous high-profile romances. The difference is striking. There is no public drama, no on-again off-again narrative, no loud declarations followed by sudden silence. Instead, there is consistency, and that consistency often signals maturity. Timothée Chalamet himself has remained characteristically reserved. In interviews, he carefully avoids discussing his personal life, offering no direct confirmation and no denial. Rather than fueling speculation, this restraint appears to reinforce the idea that he values privacy over publicity. For the Jenner family, this approach reportedly aligns well with their expectations for someone entering their inner circle. Then comes the moment many fans describe as the turning point. Observers noticed that Timothée was not treated as a guest or an accessory to Kylie's life, but as someone already woven into the fabric of the family dynamic. Not an outsider, not a headline-driven presence, but someone who clearly belongs. For supporters of the couple, this realization served as a payoff after months of speculation. Despite breakup rumors and long stretches without public appearances, the relationship had not weakened. Instead, it had grown quietly, away from cameras, until it reached a stage where family inclusion spoke louder than any public statement ever could. Ultimately, Timothée Chalamet's presence within a Jenner family tradition stands as the strongest signal yet that his relationship with Kylie Jenner is not a fleeting chapter. It is a carefully guarded story of two powerful figures choosing privacy, stability, and intention over spectacle. Now the question shifts to you. Do you see this as the beginning of an even more serious chapter for Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet? Or is this just the calm before an even bigger surprise? Share your thoughts, join the conversation, and stay tuned, because this story is clearly far from over. The quiet nature of this relationship is precisely what has kept audiences hooked. In an era where celebrity romances are often played out through strategic social media posts and carefully staged appearances, Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet have taken the opposite route. Their silence has become the loudest statement. Every absence sparks questions, every reappearance fuels theories, and every subtle clue sends fans into overdrive. Industry insiders note that Kylie's decision to integrate Timothée into family traditions reflects a shift in her personal priorities. After years of living under constant public scrutiny, she is believed to be seeking stability rather than spectacle. Those close to her describe a relationship built on balance, one where fame does not dominate every interaction, and where personal boundaries are respected. This shift has not gone unnoticed by the Kardashian-Jenner family. Known for their tight-knit structure and strong loyalty to one another, the family has historically been cautious about who they welcome into their inner circle. Acceptance is not automatic, it is earned over time. Timothée Chalamet's presence within these traditions suggests a level of trust that extends beyond public image or celebrity status. What makes this development even more compelling is the timing. Both Kylie and Timothée are at pivotal points in their careers. Kylie continues to expand her business empire, solidifying her position as one of the most influential entrepreneurs of her generation. Timothée, meanwhile, is navigating a defining phase in his acting career, balancing blockbuster roles with critically acclaimed performances. The convergence of these paths adds another layer of intrigue to their relationship. Observers point out that this alignment may be intentional. Rather than allowing their relationship to overshadow their professional achievements, the couple appears to be supporting one another quietly from behind the scenes. This approach has resonated strongly with fans who see it as a sign of mutual respect and emotional maturity. As discussions around their future intensify, speculation has naturally followed. Could this relationship lead to long-term commitment? Is family acceptance the precursor to something even bigger? While no confirmations have been made, the symbolism of shared traditions continues to fuel anticipation. The absence of denial also speaks volumes. In the past, both Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet have been quick to distance themselves from inaccurate narratives. This time, however, they have allowed the story to unfold organically. By neither confirming nor rejecting the meaning behind these moments, they have left room for interpretation and sustained public fascination. Cultural analysts argue that this relationship represents a broader shift in how high-profile couples manage fame. Instead of feeding constant updates to satisfy demand, Kylie and Timothée appear to be redefining what privacy looks like in the digital age. Their strategy suggests that control, not visibility, is the new currency of celebrity relationships. For fans, this has created a deeper emotional investment. The lack of oversharing transforms each development into an event. A single appearance, a shared tradition, or a quiet gesture becomes a storyline in itself. This dynamic has elevated their relationship from tabloid rumor to ongoing cultural narrative. As the story continues to unfold, one thing is clear: Timothée Chalamet's inclusion in a Jenner family tradition is not an isolated incident. It is part of a larger pattern that points toward intention, trust, and long-term consideration. Whether or not this leads to formal announcements or public milestones remains to be seen. What cannot be denied is the impact of this moment. It has reshaped public perception, shifted conversations, and reframed the narrative around Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet. No longer defined by speculation alone, their relationship now carries the weight of meaningful actions rather than public declarations, and so, the spotlight returns to the audience. In a world obsessed with instant updates and viral moments, this story invites patience. It challenges assumptions about how love should look in the public eye and suggests that the most powerful statements are sometimes made in silence. As fans and observers continue to watch closely, one question lingers above all others. Is this the foundation of a lasting partnership, quietly built behind closed doors? Or is it simply another chapter in the ever-evolving landscape of celebrity relationships? Stay connected, keep watching, and remain part of the conversation, because if this moment has proven anything, it's that the most intriguing stories are often the ones unfolding just out of sight. As the conversation around Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet continues to grow, the narrative has begun to shift in a noticeable way. What once centered on disbelief and curiosity is now moving toward interpretation and expectation. The public is no longer asking whether this relationship is real. Instead, the question has evolved into how far it may go, and what comes next. Entertainment analysts point out that inclusion in family traditions often marks a turning point in celebrity relationships. It represents a transition from private dating to shared lives, from individual routines to collective belonging. For Kylie Jenner, whose life has been documented and analyzed since her teenage years, this step carries particular significance. Few people are allowed access to her family's private rituals, especially when cameras are absent and publicity is not the goal. Timothée Chalamet's role in this moment is equally telling. Known for carefully curating both his career and public image, he has long resisted being defined by his personal life. His decision to quietly step into the Jenner family sphere suggests a level of seriousness that goes beyond casual involvement. Those familiar with his past relationships note that this level of integration is rare for him. What stands out most is how naturally this development seems to have occurred. There were no dramatic reveals, no staged announcements, no sudden shifts in behavior. Instead, the relationship appears to have deepened gradually, built on consistency rather than spectacle. This slow progression has given it a sense of authenticity that resonates strongly with audiences fatigued by performative celebrity romances. Meanwhile, fans have begun revisiting earlier moments with fresh perspective. Past sightings, subtle gestures, and low-key appearances now feel less random and more intentional. Actions that once seemed insignificant are being reinterpreted as early signs of a deeper bond. In hindsight, the clues were always there, just understated. Social media reactions reflect this shift. Rather than explosive controversy, the dominant tone has been curiosity mixed with cautious optimism. Supporters praise the couple for maintaining boundaries, while skeptics acknowledge that family inclusion is difficult to dismiss. Even critics concede that this development suggests something more enduring than a fleeting headline. Behind the scenes, industry voices suggest that Kylie Jenner has become more selective about what she shares with the world. Her focus has increasingly shifted toward her businesses, her children, and her inner circle. In that context, bringing Timothée into family traditions is seen not as a publicity move, but as a personal decision rooted in trust. The Kardashian-Jenner family's influence cannot be overlooked in this story. Known for their strong internal bonds, they value loyalty and long-term presence. Historically, partners who were embraced by the family tended to play lasting roles in Kylie's life. This pattern has fueled speculation that Timothy's inclusion signals future permanence rather than temporary attachment. As anticipation builds, many wonder whether this moment will eventually lead to a public confirmation or a more visible step forward. Engagement rumors, joint appearances, and collaborative projects have all been floated by fans. Yet the couple's consistent silence suggests that if such milestones come, they will arrive on their own terms. This restraint has become a defining feature of their relationship. In a media landscape driven by constant updates, Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet have demonstrated the power of withholding. Their ability to generate sustained attention without oversharing has turned their story into a slow-burning narrative, one that keeps audiences watching precisely because answers are not handed out freely. From a broader perspective, this relationship reflects changing expectations around celebrity culture. Privacy is no longer seen as avoidance, but as intention. Meaningful gestures are valued over loud declarations. In this sense, Kylie and Timothee's approach feels aligned with a new era of fame, one where control and authenticity matter more than constant visibility. As the story continues to unfold, one thing remains undeniable. Timothée Chalamet's presence in a Jenner family tradition has shifted the tone of the conversation permanently. It has elevated the relationship from rumor to reality, from speculation to implication. Whether or not the couple ever addresses it directly, the message has already been received. For now, the narrative rests in a delicate balance between what is known and what is assumed, between public curiosity and private intention. Each new development will be watched closely, not because it is loud, but because it is rare, and perhaps that is the true payoff of this story. In a world saturated with noise, Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet have captured attention through subtlety. By allowing actions to speak louder than words, they have transformed a single family tradition into one of the most compelling signals of seriousness in modern celebrity culture. As audiences continue to follow this unfolding chapter, one final thought lingers. Sometimes, the strongest declarations are not made on red carpets or social feeds, but quietly, within the walls of family, where meaning lasts far longer than headlines. As weeks pass and no clarification arrives, the silence itself has become part of the story. The absence of official statements has only intensified interest, turning every minor development into a potential clue. For Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet, this restraint appears deliberate, almost strategic, yet deeply personal. It suggests a shared understanding that some parts of life gain value precisely because they are not constantly explained. Observers note that Kylie's evolution over the past few years has been subtle but significant. Once defined primarily by viral moments and high-visibility relationships, she now seems more focused on long-term balance. Her public appearances are more selective, her interviews more controlled, and her private life increasingly guarded. In that context, welcoming someone into a family tradition feels less like a spontaneous gesture and more like a carefully considered decision. Timothée Chalamet's trajectory mirrors this shift in a different way. As his career continues to rise, he has become increasingly intentional about the narrative surrounding him. Rather than allowing tabloids to define his image, he maintains a quiet consistency. Those who follow his career closely point out that he rarely blends personal milestones with professional promotion. This separation reinforces the idea that his involvement with the Jenner family is rooted in genuine connection, not publicity. The symbolism of tradition cannot be overstated. Traditions imply continuity, repetition, and belonging. They are not created for temporary guests. When someone is included, it often signals an expectation of return, of future presence. This is why Timothee's inclusion resonated so strongly. It suggested not just acceptance in the present, but anticipation of a shared future. Fans have also highlighted the emotional undertone of this development. For Kylie Jenner, whose life has unfolded largely in public, creating protected spaces carries immense importance. Family traditions represent safety, familiarity, and grounding. Allowing someone into that space requires trust built over time. This aspect has added depth to the narrative, transforming it from celebrity gossip into a story about personal choice and emotional security. As commentary continues, comparisons to other high-profile relationships inevitably surface. Yet this pairing stands apart. There are no dramatic cycles of conflict and reconciliation, no competing narratives leaking from unnamed sources. Instead, there is a steady calm that resists sensational framing. This calm has become its own form of tension, keeping audiences engaged precisely because it defies expectation. The entertainment industry has taken notice as well. Analysts suggest that this relationship challenges traditional publicity models. Instead of leveraging romance for visibility, Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet appear to be insulating it from external pressure. This approach has not diminished interest, it has amplified it. Scarcity, after all, often increases value. Public reaction continues to evolve. Initial skepticism has given way to curiosity, then to cautious acceptance. Even those who once doubted the pairing now acknowledge the significance of family inclusion. The narrative has matured alongside the relationship itself, moving away from shock toward interpretation. Still, unanswered questions remain, and they fuel the ongoing intrigue. Will this relationship eventually step into the spotlight, or will it remain quietly anchored behind the scenes? Will family acceptance lead to more visible milestones, or will privacy continue to define their path? Each possibility keeps the conversation alive. What makes this moment particularly compelling is its universality. Beneath the fame and speculation lies a familiar theme: the importance of being welcomed into someone's family. Regardless of status, this gesture carries emotional weight. It signifies trust, respect, and long-term intention. In this way, the story resonates beyond celebrity culture, tapping into a shared human experience. As the narrative stretches forward, the absence of dramatic escalation becomes its own statement. There is no rush, no urgency to define the relationship for public consumption. Instead, there is patience. And in a culture driven by immediacy, patience feels radical. For now, Timothée Chalamet's place within a Jenner family tradition remains the most telling chapter in this story. It stands as a quiet confirmation that actions, when chosen carefully, can speak louder than declarations. Whether or not the couple ever addresses it directly, the implication has already taken root in public consciousness. The story continues not through headlines alone, but through observation. Each new appearance, each shared absence, each maintained boundary adds another layer. And with every layer, the narrative deepens rather than resolves. In the end, perhaps that is what keeps audiences listening. This is not a story racing toward a conclusion. It is one unfolding slowly, intentionally, and with a sense of purpose that resists easy definition. In that space between what is shown and what is withheld, Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet have crafted a narrative that remains compelling precisely because it refuses to be rushed. And as long as silence continues to speak, the world will keep watching, waiting for the next quiet moment that says more than words ever could. As the narrative stretches on, one theme becomes increasingly difficult to ignore: intention. Nothing about this relationship appears accidental. Every move, every absence, every quiet inclusion feels measured, as if both Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet understand the weight of symbolism in a world that dissects celebrity behavior frame by frame. Those who have followed Kylie's personal journey note how different this chapter feels from earlier ones. In the past, her relationships often unfolded under relentless exposure, shaped by constant commentary and public expectation. This time, the pace is slower. The boundaries are firmer. And the signals, though subtle, are far more deliberate. Allowing Timothée into a family tradition suggests not impulse, but confidence in the relationship and in the decision to protect it. For Timothée Chalamet, the significance runs just as deep. Despite his global fame, he has long maintained a sense of separation between his work and his private world. He rarely invites the public into his personal life, preferring instead to let his performances speak for him. Stepping into the Jenner family's private traditions therefore marks a rare crossing of that boundary, one that would not be made lightly. This mutual restraint has reshaped how audiences engage with their story. Rather than reacting to loud announcements, fans are reading between the lines. They are watching patterns, not posts. They are measuring consistency, not frequency. And within those patterns, a picture is slowly forming, one that suggests stability rather than spectacle. Cultural commentators have begun framing this relationship as a reflection of changing celebrity values. In an age where visibility once equaled relevance, privacy is emerging as a new form of power. Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet appear to understand this shift intuitively. By limiting access, they have retained control over their narrative, allowing meaning to accumulate instead of dissipate. The Jenner family's role in this evolution remains central. Family traditions are not casual gestures within this circle. They are rituals tied to memory, continuity, and belonging. Inclusion implies expectation, an understanding that someone will return, participate again, and remain part of the story moving forward. This is why the moment resonated so strongly with the public. It hinted not just at acceptance, but at future presence. As speculation continues, many fans find themselves re-evaluating what seriousness looks like in modern relationships. Perhaps it is no longer defined by public declarations or constant appearances. Perhaps seriousness now lives in consistency, in quiet integration, in being present when no one is watching. By that measure, this relationship appears far more grounded than many that came before it. Still, uncertainty lingers, and that uncertainty keeps attention locked in place. Will this story eventually reach a public milestone, or will it continue to unfold behind closed doors? Will family inclusion lead to broader visibility, or will privacy remain the defining theme? Each unanswered question adds tension without diminishing credibility. What remains undeniable is the shift in tone. The conversation is no longer dominated by doubt. It has moved into interpretation. The public is reading meaning not from statements, but from choices. And among those choices, the decision to share family space stands out as one of the most revealing. In a media environment that thrives on immediacy, this slow-burning narrative feels almost disruptive. It refuses to offer instant gratification. Instead, it rewards patience. Each development builds on the last, creating depth rather than noise. This approach has transformed a single gesture into a long-form story that continues to hold attention. As time goes on, the lack of contradiction becomes its own confirmation. No pushback. No correction. No effort to reframe the narrative. Just quiet continuity. For many observers, that consistency speaks louder than any official confirmation ever could. Ultimately, Timothée Chalamet's inclusion in a Jenner family tradition stands as a defining signal, not because it was publicized, but because it was personal. It represents trust earned over time, not manufactured for attention. And in that trust lies the true weight of the moment. As audiences remain invested, one realization settles in. This is not a relationship being rushed toward a conclusion. It is one being built carefully, deliberately, and away from the pressure of constant observation. In that sense, the story feels unfinished by design, and perhaps that is the most compelling part. In a culture accustomed to instant endings, this narrative lingers, unresolved, intentional, and quietly powerful. As long as actions continue to speak louder than words, the world will remain tuned in, waiting for the next subtle moment that reveals just how serious this connection truly is.